This week on Like It Love It, I wanted to take a look back at one of this year's best films, Alex Garland's Ex Machina. We all love the film about a reclusive tech CEO and a programmer administering the Turing Test to an AI named Ava. And if you like the sci-fi tale for its look at what it means to be human, you'll love Jonathan Glazer's eerie alien thriller Under the Skin.
I'm all in. You're all in. Did you say which one drink?
The 2014 movie that met with critical acclaim but no box office love quietly follows an alien on what seems to begin as a biological study of the human race and ends as a journey to experience life as a human. So if you liked Ex Machina, you'll love Under the Skin. Under the Skin follows Scarlett Johansson, billed only as the female, as she investigates life for people here on Earth. It opens as the female coldly undresses a woman found on the side of the road and taking her clothes. In a sterile, blank white space, the female dons her human costume and heads out into the world. She proceeds to callously lure men into some type of cavernous void where, well, we're not sure what happens to the men. Studied just doesn't seem to quite cover it. As the female interviews potential victims fishing for unattached men that will not be missed, she asks probing questions that seem innocent enough but are remarkably disarming and direct when asked pointedly by a stranger.
Up to the roundabout.
Are you walking?
Left. Yep.
Where are you walking to? Home. Oh, you're going home. To your family?
No, just myself.
An interesting side note here, most of these interviews were filmed with hidden cameras as Scarlett Johansson literally stopped random men on the streets of Scotland and tried to pick them up. But the sorts of questions the female asks and the reactions they elicit are in the same vein as Ava's interviews with Caleb in Ex Machina.
Where do you live, Caleb?
Brookhaven, Long Island.
They reveal a lack of subtlety and context. Both the female and Ava are inhuman beings desiring to appear human, attempting to connect with the men they're presented with. However, the notion of gender is also irrelevant for both ScarJo's female and Ava. They of course clearly look like women to us, but do nothing themselves to actively choose a gender. The female and Ava's goals both involve the seduction of men, but they treat sexuality as a means to an end. They take advantage of the men around them simply because that's the situation they're in. Under the Skin does go to a greater length to establish an eerie tone, its goal to firmly entrench the viewer in the female's perspective. The most powerful example is a scene in which the female watches a man and woman attempt to save their dog after it swims too far out into the ocean. As we, the viewer, observe the scene at the distance from which the female observes it, it's truly unsettling. It asks you as a human to watch from the distance of a being that is entirely not human, testing the depths of your own ability to feel. But if Under the Skin tests the viewer's own humanity, Ex Machina tests their ability to recognize humanity. The object of the Turing Test Caleb and Nathan are performing in Ex Machina is constantly in question. The process of looking for humanity in a machine takes a toll on both Nathan and Caleb. We see them questioning how human they really are, with Nathan entertaining a god complex and Caleb literally cutting himself to be sure he's still human. While who is testing who on screen is debatable, the film itself is testing the viewer as well. The shifting loyalties in the film ask you to take a side in the debate on artificial intelligence and then question it from every angle.
I'm sorry, Ava, I don't understand.
You shouldn't trust him.
While the female begins to see consequences in her actions, be it a man bleeding, hearing a news report about the dead man and his family from the beach, curiosity truly sets in. She begins watching females in addition to males, and even feels sorry for one of her victims. She becomes fascinated with everyday things like grocery shopping and eating cake. The female's experiences living as a human almost run the full gamut, from curiosity and confusion to lust and even fear and a final acceptance of what it really is. Ava, on the other hand, begins to understand humanity and the men around her to such an extent she's able to recognize an opportunity. Where Under the Skin begins, the female seamlessly blending into a crowd, donning its human costume, Ex Machina ends with Ava wanting to don her own. In a way, Under the Skin explores what might happen at the end of Ex Machina. Both characters, however, give the viewer a chance to think about what it means to be alive. The female gives us an outsider's view of visceral and sometimes brutal emotion, while Ava offers a chance to contemplate what it takes to really be a human being in the first place. In the end, though, it's hard to say which of these beings is in fact more human by the end of their stories, the alien or the AI. Let us know in the comments below if you like Ex Machina and love Under the Skin, and make sure to like and subscribe for more Like It Love It right here on Cinefix.